So where are we on this?
I don't know if the two of you had discussions on this issue.
Is that okay with you? Oh, good, because you don't have a choice.
Hey, good morning, Mr. Johnson. You ready? Here we go.
We have 4 co-defendants. Do you want them all at the same time?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, so that
What is with
is
Israel?
Perez, Brasco, Toban. Come on up.
All right, so who's number one?
Israel, ¿cierto? No. I'm this one. Okay.
Okay.
¿Quién no habla inglés? Ustedes dos, ok. Si ustedes hablan inglés.
You two speak English? Okay, stand by this right over here or wherever. Let's give you two together, the ones that speak English.
Yes, sir.
The two that don't, right there.
Perez, Toban, T-O-B, and then Brasco.
So Brasco is one.
Brasco is page 7. Top of page 7.
Frasco. Who is Abel Frasco? Okay. Mr. Frasco, you're charged with assault, bodily injury. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. Who's next?
Toban, I'm sorry, Perez, page 13.
You, David Perez. You speak English.
Yes, I do.
Mr. Perez, you're also, so they're all charged with assault, bodily injury, I take it. And ¿cómo te llamas? Which page? 18? Thank you. No, good job. Okay, Mr. Tobon, you were charged with criminal mischief. You were facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. And just gentlemen.
Toban, page 19.
Elidorio Toban, you are also charged with criminal mischief. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. Gentlemen, we're going to do probable cause. Each of you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during questions and interviews of the state of Texas. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you. Please do not say anything. Sorry? I guess let's go with this gentleman, Mr. You are Perez, right? David Perez?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Perez.
Officers dispatched to check on an assault in progress weapon call in Harris County, Texas. D. Heldaro invited D. Fano to his house to discuss a resolution for the damage done to his car in a wreck. An argument ensued. Defendant Frasco punched defendant H. Toban in the face with a closed fist. Defendant H. Toban was hit at his brother E. Toban, defendant H. Toban fought back and was held down by defendant Perez, while D. Frasco continued striking him. Defendant E. Toban came outside and ran over to help his brother. When he did so, defendant Perez retreated to defendant Frasco's car and locked the doors. As the altercation continued, defendants E. Toban and H. Toban began to gain an advantage over the defendant Frasco. D. Perez left the car to help his uncle, defendant Frasco. W. Flores saw defendant Perez
I'm
punch.
sorry, Counselor. What did you say? What Flores?
W. Flores, witness Flores, witness Flores.
All right. Flores.
Saw defendant Perez punch defendant H. Toban 2 to 3 times in the head as he was on the ground. Defendant Frasco and defendant Perez retreated to the car and locked the doors. When they attempted to leave, they noticed the keys were gone. Defendant H. Toban located a brick nearby 10 to 15 feet away and then ran 10 to 15 feet back with it and began striking the front windshield with it. Defendant E. Toban located a piece of concrete nearby, 10 to 15 feet away, and then ran 10 to 15 feet back with it and began striking the back windshield with it. The front windshield is valued at approximately $450. The back windshield is valued at approximately $450. The combined value is $900.
Who's the owner of the car? Does it say? Was it Frasco's car? You were Frasco, right?
So I believe it's the uncle's car.
Only the complainant, the property owner's Abel Fresco. So all four of these defendants are involved in the same interaction.
Right. Okay. Guys, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with both of your cases. I'm now ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with any of the co-defendants, any of the complaining witness in this case. I'm ordering you not to be in possession of any weapons. If you violate these conditions, I will put you in jail. You will remain there until these cases are over with. Tell me, are both of you United States citizens? Are you in this country with or without permission?
Están en este país con permiso o sin permiso. Sin permiso. Without permission. Sin permiso. Without permission.
Do you know what happens if you guys go to jail?
No.
If you go to jail, immigration will find you because they sweep it on a daily basis. If they find you in the jail, they will put an ICE detainer on you. You will remain in custody until immigration is done with you. It takes damn near a year just to get a hearing on whether to deport you or not. You will be stuck like Chuck in jail until ICE is ready to do whatever they do with you. Don't let this happen to you. This is the only warning that you're going to get from me. Do not pick up any new cases. Don't act like a fool while you're out there in the free world, or I will take the free world away from you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So tell me,
Yes, sir.
who are you going to represent?
I represent both.
Both of them? Okay.
There's an issue, Judge. Mr. Epic has had a 2B warrant. Accidentally, he's got two spin numbers. And he's got a case in court 14 that was filed first, but it was 2B. So I don't know if this case is going to stay here or can we go to 14?
It depends.
14
So on page 18, Tobon has a 2B on. Let's see.
What's the other spin number? Do you know?
Yes. The one in court 14 spin number is 0322 4696.
That's the one.
Oh, that's one here. Okay, put that back there. The other one, the other spin number is 029 84 403. The system shows fire. That would be. I just wanted to bring that to the board's attention, Judge.
Judge Tobon H has the lowest case number.
Which one?
Tobon H has the lowest case number.
So they stay with us?
Check the other. Which one's his?
Looks like he didn't get the protective order and all the PR bond on the assault on till April 22nd. This case was what's the date of this case?
21st. So the day before.
Okay. Do you mind reading me what happened in the assault, please? Do you need the cause number?
I have it.
Please.
Thank you. Yeah, sorry for all that.
No, I'm not happy with you, Mr. Tobon. And now I'm going to make your life so miserable that you're going to hate to come here. Do you understand? I'm going to keep you so close. You're going to think I've made a career just to have you come here.
Forgive me, Your Honor. That would be this one.
Is it this one?
This one.
You,
Ready, Jim?
please.
On December 25th, 2023, at 13965 South Freeway North in Harris County, Texas, defendant's witness, complainant, defendant's wife, talking to a male coworker. Defendant became upset and began to punch complainant with a closed fist in the face and stomach. Defendant then grabbed the CW by the hair, pulled her to the ground, and began to punch her in the stomach and legs.
A little slower, man.
I apologize.
Get on here.
Began to punch her in the stomach and legs. Officer observed complainant to have a raised bump on her forehead, a swollen right eye, and a nosebleed. Defendant left before officers arrived. Complainant stated she felt pain and wanted to pursue charges.
Mr. Tabon, I'm going to, now it's H, right? So, Mr. Epifanio Tabon, I'm now giving you a ankle monitor so I know that you're not consuming alcohol. I'm ordering you not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs. On your other ankle, I'm going to put a GPS monitor on you, and I'm giving you a curfew of 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. No weapons, no contact with any of the complaining witnesses. You pick up a third case, you're struck out, I will put you in jail. I'm going to make your bond so high, you're going to flip. You understand? You so much as do anything to break the law, I'm going to make you mine. You understand?
Yes, sir.
If you do not have a license, you are not allowed to drive as well. Mr. Tabon, do not pick up any new cases. Behave yourself. If this guy's nothing but trouble, don't hang out with him. When you hang with dogs, you get fleas. Do you understand?
Yes.
Both of you have a lawyer. It's best advised that you listen to him. If Mr. Santana tells me that he can't get a hold of you because you're ducking and dodging his phone calls, I will issue a warrant on both of you guys. You will not get any more PR bonds from anyone. I will have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, you will get with Jim Murray for your bond conditions. After that, you're free to go. Both of you are walking on extremely thin ice. If that ice cracks because you do something foolish, your butt's going to freeze. You understand? Go on.
Right this way. I have another Spanish one for you, Luis. Judge, are you ready for the?
No, I'm going to do so with these two gentlemen here. So Chief.
We're looking at June.
What's his, you know his name? Hey, do you mind filing conditions on these two gentlemen here?
These two gentlemen?
Yeah, just no weapons, no contact with the complaining witness, and no contact with co-defendants, please.
Yes, sir. This is
Gentlemen.
Perez and Fresco, correct?
This is, yes, and then
Look at the sign.
also no driving if they don't have a license, and liability insurance as well, please. Gentlemen, you've seen now, and you know what your conditions are. Don't act a fool while you're out there in the free world. Otherwise, I will take the free world away from you. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do not pick up any new cases. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor. Sir.
You have a lawyer. Listen to Val. He'll take care of you. If Val comes and tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're ducking and dodging his phone calls, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. You will not get any more PR bonds if you pick up any new cases. All right.
Judge, can I review PC on theirs? I mean, I know it may have been read while I wasn't here, but there's some. I talked to Day about him earlier in the week because he was here helping out. He made some notes, but there's some things I'd like to review with the court real quick.
Do you mind reading PC on them again one more time, please?
On Frosco, the probable cause
You'll
proof.
have a seat in the jury box. Yes.
That was the same.
Because you
Same
can-
transaction.
Correct, I wasn't
Yeah, but he
standing.
wasn't here to hear it. So if you, please, just real quick.
I'm sure the judge didn't purposely bring them up without their attorney. I'm just kidding, Judge.
You weren't here.
I'm just kidding, Judge.
And this is on Fresco.
Yes, sir. It'll be the same.
This is on.
Frosco should just read the assault.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
This is assault by entry.
You need the cause number?
Your Honor, if you're familiar with, if you already read the PC, I can just go over that with you as far as my concerns with it.
Okay, go for it.
The biggest concern, of course, is that they're invitees. The PC is clear that they were invited over to this residence to discuss an accident that had occurred while the two defendants are there. Because I guess according to the PC, the negotiations aren't going the way the plaintiffs want it to go. Argument ensues. The PC also reads the complainants went and found like concrete blocks, started smashing out Mr. Frosco's front and rear
But
windshield.
that they were fighting beforehand, like they're, right? As far as what I heard, that there were punches and blows thrown, and then,
That's not my understanding of the PC, and maybe
That's my
that's
understanding,
a
Judge.
factual issue perhaps that needs to be weeded out. Again, they could not remove themselves from the situation because a third party went and took the keys out of the vehicle.
can you read it? Can you read it?
What happened first, Judge?
Right, that's what I thought.
It did, yes. So it looked like there was an argument about the damages previously, right? At that point, Defendant Frasco punched Mr. Taban in the face. Let's see, and then, are you on both of these?
Yes.
Okay. And then Mr. Perez held down H. Taban while Mr. Frasco continued to hit Mr. Taban.
Well, I'll stop there. It sounds like they're factual issues that need to be.
Right. So
addressed, Judge. I got you.
is if you have video, if you have anything else, you know, Val, I'm happy to hear it. And I'll hear it at any time. You can bring it up at any
Understood,
time.
Your Honor.
But that's what I heard. That's so,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right, guys. We'll have you go sign a receipt and we'll get you out of here.
This way.
Okay. Who's the next victim?
Oh, yes, this way. Next, Judge, we have on page 3 and 4, Bernard Marcus.
Marcus.
Let's go ahead and sign, please.
Mr. Bernard, you stand charged with assault of a family member. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during questions and interviews with the state of Texas. You cannot afford a lawyer. A lawyer will be appointed to represent you, sir.
On April 20, 2024, in Harris County, Texas, officers were dispatched to a family assault. Officers met with the complaining witness and defendant are dating. Complaining witness and the defendant got into a verbal argument. Defendant slapped CW in the face 3 times, poked her in the forehead, causing pain. CW called 911, but defendant was preventing her from talking to the operator. There's also an open assault of family member, different CW.
What did I tell you to do? When you got on bond in this court for your first assault, what did I tell you to do? Correct. What else? Right. What did you do? Deputy Garza, he goes with you. I'm now revoking your bond on the first case. You're staying with me. He goes with you. Please don't send him down. Victoria, will you appoint him a lawyer, please?
Yes. All right.
Are you Horatio? Oh, yeah, that's okay. Hi, Steph. What's new?
Good morning. I'm here for this case, so.
Oh, wonderful. You want to do PC? Okay. Oh. Hold on. We need Luis. So you're with vehicular crimes, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this can't be good that you're here. Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Raggy. All right. Are you Horatio Vicaro?
Horacio Pizarro?
Sir, you were charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present and questions and interviews of the state of Texas. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you, sir. Okay.
Thank you, Judge. This is a crash that happened on April 21st around 1:49 a.m. It was a two-vehicle crash that occurred on East X Freeway. It was a rear-end collision, Judge. This defendant was the sole occupant of his vehicle. After the rear-end collision, his grill ended up on the back of a Hyundai. Officers came on scene, made contact with him and a driver and passenger of the Hyundai as well. Upon contact with him, he had a strong odor of alcohol in his breath, slurred speech, glossy eyes. They initially did HGN on scene, which he scored a 6 out of 6 on. He was transported to JTC and they did the remainder of the test. And let me check the scores. 3 out of 8 on the walk and turn and 0 out of 4 on the one night stand. He did consent to giving a breath sample and that came back at a 0.095 both times. The other car was a Hyundai, like I said, Your Honor. It was an Uber, so it was a front seat driver and a rear end passenger. The rear end passenger succumbed to his injuries 3 days later.
Damn it.
So at this point, we are investigating it for charges.
Did you hear what happened?
¿Se escuchó lo que pasó, señor?
Person in the back seat is now dead. And it's very possible that they now file intoxication manslaughter charges against you. Tell me, do we have a timeline of when this is, if and when this is going to happen?
Obviously, Judge, I'll have to get all the discovery and hopefully within the next month we'll be able to answer. I know an autopsy is being.
It's our worst nightmare, Mr. Vicaro. I am now ordering you as a condition of your bond not to drive at all. You will sign an affidavit promising me that you're not going to drive. I don't give a rat's behind what your excuse is. If you get into a car and drive, you will assure yourself a lengthy jail sentence because I will have a contempt of court hearing. You will be facing up to 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you get in a car and drive. If you drive 5 times, I will have 5 different contempt hearings and I can stack it. Do you understand? I'm now putting an ankle monitor on you as well. You are not allowed out past 7 p.m. I'm giving you a curfew of 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. On your other ankle, I'm going to put a scram ankle monitor so I know that you're not consuming alcohol. You consume 1 drip of anything that has alcohol in it, I will revoke your bond and I'm going to make it so high your head's going to split backwards. One.
Your Honor, would the court consider argument about the bond
consideraría, por ejemplo, argumentos de fianza.
I know.
Realmente está $100.
I asked for 50.
Yo pido $50,000 de fianza.
If you upgrade it,
Si usted lo,
because I don't know what's going to happen now.
Yes, sir.
It's not fair to just do it on a whim. If you are close, let me know.
se acerca,
If you upgrade it, we can have a
Yes,
bail
sir.
hearing. But I'm now
de causa
making it to where I'm going to do everything in my power to protect the street.
para protegerla.
I'm going to take them off, you know? And did you hear what they want me to do to you?
¿Sí, señor? Yes.
Beware, I have my eyes all over you. One false move, I will revoke your bond and I will make it 50,000 in a heartbeat.
Dar una fianza de $50,000 de inmediato.
I need a interlock order, please, for Mr. Vicaro. Ah. Mr. Vicaro, do you know that Harris County leads the nation
Lidera la nación.
in fatalities with regard to alcohol? It's such a sad and sobering statistic
Una estadística
that
tan.
now we have to deal with another one.
Y ahora tenemos que agregarle otra.
When one click from a phone
Clic de un teléfono
will get you a $20 ride wherever
hubiera conseguido un transporte de $20 por un Uber.
you get in a car.
Se monta un automóvil.
I will sprout horns and a tail. I will be so upset.
Va a salir cuernos y nada. ¿Usted entendió, señor?
That way.
Pase para allá.
It's okay. They can wait. Go. It's okay. Hey, did you see that we got Roberto Castro back there? Come on up, sir. You were Robert Fleischer?
Yes, sir, Your Honor. I hired an attorney.
I don't know where they are. We go in line. It's up to them. They know that we start early. I'm not doing anything to you that I wouldn't do if my own mother was in front of me right now. When we're done, I'll just have you take your seat and we'll wait for them to get here. They can always approach me after the fact. Sir, you're charged with unlawful installation of a tracking device. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during questions and interviews with the state of Texas. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you. I think I remember your case. If this is not the one where, I may be wrong, but it was put into a trunk. Stop. Don't say anything. You have the right to remain silent. Exercise it, because I got a bunch of DAs here. Everything you say, they're going to sit there and type away. Take your time.
Just want to say something, Your Honor.
It's okay. Counsel, what was your name again? I forgot.
Dylan Larson.
Dylan. Okay, thanks, Dylan.
I'm usually in court 6.
Yeah. I remember.
Oh, that's right.
It's okay. Hey, Dylan, would you mind filing a Mo up in this case, please?
Yes.
Frazier.
Your Honor, February 16, 2024, officers dispatched to a residence in Harris County, Texas. Complaining witness stated that she was being harassed by the defendant on 2/16. Complainant went to defendant for their child they shared. Stated when the defendant dropped off their child, defendant stated he had to put a gift for their shared child in the trunk of complainant's vehicle. Complainant began receiving notifications on her cell phone alerting her that there was an unknown Apple AirTag detected with her since then. Complainant searched her vehicle and located the Apple AirTag in the trunk of her vehicle beneath the spare tire.
Hold on a second. Hey, stop. Please.
The defendant confirmed the AirTag was his and asked for it back. Complainant did not give defendant permission to put the AirTag in the vehicle.
Mr. Frazier, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm now ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case. Do you understand? I'm also entering what's called a magistrate's order for emergency protection, which is a court order that identifies this person as a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence, assault. You cannot commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. You cannot stalk, threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot go within 200 feet of where she lives or where she works. Do you understand? If you violate this court order, the state can and will file a violation of a protective order against you, and that is the capital murder of misdemeanors. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You pick up a VPO and violate conditions, I can hold you at no bond, zero bond, and I'll do it in a heartbeat to protect the public.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to have you go to Victoria. We're going to have you sign a reset. After that, I'm going to have you take a seat in the jury box. So I'll get your bond conditions. We'll have you sign it, and then you'll be welcome to wait for your lawyer back after all that paperwork's done.
Hey, may I say something?
No. When your lawyer gets here, you can say something to them, and they can tell me something if it's relevant. I just don't want you to say something that hurts your interest as it is now. You'll get the opportunity to fight. Just now's not the time. All right? Please.
Right this way, page 8 and 9. Henderson, Cameron, come on up.
You said page what?
13, Morgan.
Morgan.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. Second offense. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during questions and interviews. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you. Okay.
Your Honor, on May 2nd, 2022.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. How many PR bonds have you gotten?
That was just the second one, sir.
As if, no. Goes with you. Well, we've already done probable cause in this case. This case is older than. You've been given more than 2 PR bonds, sir. I'm not, no. Goes with you.
Thank you.
No, she has.
I would just want to plea on Bernard.
You already worked it out with that.
Yes, sir, in the paperwork.
Mr. Bernard, tell me, what you want to do is you want me to accept this probation, a deferred adjudication right now. But my question to you is, you couldn't even stay out of trouble while you were out on bond. So how are you going to be able to make this? I sincerely believe that everybody should have a chance, at least once. But you can lie to me, but you can't lie to yourself. Because the problem is you're entering into it's a difficult probation. One of the things that you will have to do is what's called a Batterers Intervention Prevention Program, a BIP class. This is difficult because it's 18 weeks that you have to attend every week, once a week for 18 weeks. And if you miss one class, they kick you out. The problem is that if you enter into this probation with me now, you're basically entering into a contract with me and with the state of Texas. And that if you violate this agreement, you're looking at an entire year in jail. I don't know what's going on in your life. I have no idea. Can you really make this? You sure? That also means you may not smoke weed. You cannot drink alcohol. So if you're one that lights up every day, it's going to be an issue. Understand? You cannot pick up any new cases. You will do what's called a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. You must fulfill those conditions. No weapons, no threatening, harassing, abusive contact with Quaidana Donawan, and a $100 one-time donation to the Houston Area Women's Center. This is a 13-month probation, and I will make you a deal that will make this even sweeter for you. If you get everything done quick, I will take you off in half the time. I want to reward you for doing well. But if you don't do well, you pick up a new case. I'm telling you, I'm going to put you over my knee and I'm going to spank you like a little child, but it's going to be with a ton of jail time. You authorize me to do it for an entire year if you muck this thing up. Are you sure that you want to do this, Mr. Bernard? I'm sorry?
Yes, sir.
What do you do for a living?
For work.
What do you do for work?
Material handler.
How much money you make a month? Do you know why we have people in jail? Do you know why we have people in jail, Mr. Bernard? No self-control. When you get upset, you wig out and do whatever the hell you want to do. Life's not like that. There are consequences. And you're lucky that you're not going to jail today. But I'm telling you, there is a humongous consequence here if you fail to exercise self-control from now on. You understand?
Can I say something really quick?
Sure.
Just that I, was appointed this morning and have not had an opportunity to review any discovery, talk to my client about that. He does want to move forward with this plea.
Do you want me to make a docket notation that's against your advice?
Yes, sir.
Do you hear? What he's advising you to do is wait to see what the evidence may have in store. You still want to do this? Once you do this, there's no buyer's remorse here, meaning that you can't change your mind after the fact. Once you plead to something, you're stuck with this forever. Are you sure? You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, Confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you do this, you're stuck with us until you complete it successfully or it gets revoked. If you do something to violate this probation, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to put you in jail. The only thing, and I'm going to bring you back out. The only thing that we're going to talk about is, one, if you violated it, and if you did, how long of a jail stint you're going to be doing. And like I said, you give up almost every right known to man by entering into this agreement today. And I will tell you, Mr. Bernard, if you ever have a problem, come back and talk to me. We can always solve whatever ails you. But if you pick up a new case, or if you stop reporting, that's about the worst thing that you can do. I want to reward you. I want to see you do well. So I'm telling you, if you do everything well, if you're nice to everybody, I'll take you off in half the time. You could be done with this thing in 6 months if you really buckle down and get it done. And I will take off all your fees so you won't owe anything. The only thing that you'll have to pay for is the BIP class, because I can't pay for that for you. Otherwise, I would. So there's no excuse. Get it. How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? I will not find you guilty. I will withhold after 13 months. I wish you the best of luck, Mr. Bernard. All right. Thanks.